So I wanted to do a little video about this particular blog and sort of share some thoughts that is not in the blog. And for those of you that know me, I like to talk more than type. And so this is a lot more natural for me to share what I'm thinking with you guys. And in the last few months, I've been spending a lot of time talking to small business owners about how to get ready for 2021. 2020, a lot of us got blindsided. We weren't really prepared for it. Okay, and it's not your fault. It's just something that was never really in anybody's blueprint. A global pandemic, and not just a global pandemic, but one that required us to self-isolate from each other. And the ones that couldn't make it through, the small businesses that couldn't sustain their business or their revenue or their client, my heart goes out to them. You know, I've been a serial entrepreneur for over 25 years now, and I know the effort it takes to go from an idea to going all in and building a company and winning your first customers. And you know, it's a gut-wrenching blow. I feel you, and I wish that in 2021 you'll find the courage to try again and get back on the horse and continue to build a business that you dream of. For those of us that are still in business and are finding ways to pivot, re-strategize, I wanted to share a few things that I've been sharing. You know, 5 tips, 5 thoughts, more than anything, on how you could think about 2021 from a new blueprint perspective, and how maybe the choices you're going to make in the next 2 to 3 weeks could help set you up for a better 2021. And you know, the first one is the super simple one. You got to go all in on your customers. You got to over service, you got to over deliver, you got to make sure they understand that beyond the product and service you give them, what you're really there is for them. And sometimes in business we forget, you know, we believe in the beginning days when we start how much we care about the customer and how much they're such an integral part of our survival. And as we grow, as we balloon, as we win more customers, the care moves from the emotional middle ground in the bullseye to more of a service-based oriented. And I've been guilty of it. You've been guilty of it. We take them just a little bit granted. And to win them, to keep them loyal, to keep their trust, when everybody's going to go after the same customers with a bigger offer or better offer, the way to do it is to get really close to them. Okay. If your customers are not close enough to you, where they don't know you, your people, your company ethos, your vision, your mission, now's the time to go all in. Whether you're blogging, whether you're creating videos, whether you're newslettering them, do whatever it takes to get really close to them, so that they not just buy your product, but they buy you, the individual behind the company. And when you do that, and when you connect with them on a deeper level, you will build trust. And at the end of the day, the reason a customer leaves you is not because you're more expensive or somebody else had a cheaper offer, is they lost trust in your ability to help them. Fundamentally, that's when customers leave, right? Nobody wants to leave a supplier or a product or service they love unless you break their trust. So look at all of your process and look for opportunities to enhance the trust. Look for opportunities where you can over deliver on trust. Doesn't matter what business you're in, whether you're a restaurant coming out of the pandemic trying to bring customers back in, whether you're a dry cleaner, whether you're a consulting company, whether you are a consultant, whether you're a web designer. What does trust between you and your customer mean? And what does it look like? And how does it actually play out? And focus on those elements. The third thing I like to recommend is to find like-minded partners. Pre-pandemic, everybody was looking at each other as competition. And more companies today are looking at, how can I partner up? We're seeing this already, you know, food suppliers like Ritual, Uber partnering with the city. And we're seeing, you know, smaller businesses partnering with bigger businesses that have a customer base to say, how can we offer more to our customer? So open up the Rolodex. Start daydreaming on, who can I partner with? Who is solving a problem that I can help better solve the problem? Who is solving a problem that I can invite into my network, so that collectively we can build a tighter bond with the customer? And anytime you can go to a customer and add more services, add a more value, because you really understand what their problem is, then you're gonna get a chance to connect with them on a deeper level. And one of the things I've done in my own business, for example, is we started a company selling curriculum, and we realized curriculum is just a way to get in. But how can we help them with planning tools? How can we help them with online education? How can we help them with other toys and trinkets that they could use at home when they're teaching their kids? And so we're not going to go invent it. We found the best companies out there that can help deliver the quality and the trust that we have trained our customers to expect. And then that's what we started to look for and partner up. And it gives us a chance to look and act bigger, solve more problems without investing the time and money to build all those lines. Which segues nicely into my fourth point, which is split your business up. Sometimes you have to cut out the fat in the company. No matter how much you like a product or service, if it's just not something you can compete on, if it's just not something that your customers want, even if you spent millions of dollars in building that line of revenue, it's safer to walk away today and take the blows and live to fight another day than hold on to something for emotional reasons. And so many companies I know, so many startups that I know have these incredible blueprints from pre-pandemic that they're not willing to let go. So the sooner you can look at your business and look at where can I split it and either cut the fat off or spin it into a different company so that that company has a chance to survive versus being lost in the business that I'm trying to save today. And finally, there's two ways to make money. You either make more money or you spend less. And so many of us moved to cost cutting early on during the pandemic. That's the first thing I did, what my team did, and a lot of the companies I was consulting with did. But when you're cost cutting out of fear, you're not really looking at the deeper picture. You're not really looking at the deep recurring expenses that could be altered or modified or cut. You're looking at the most obvious top line expenses, usually is people, usually is luxury resources. But the true cost cutting comes at ways to look at improving efficiency. Can you outsource more? Can you bring down the cost of production? Can you look at ways to get rid of the things you own and replace the same quality with comparables? Not an easy thing to do, but there's money that you're spending, there's leaks that you're spending that you can save today. And what I encourage clients to do is, if there's one area that you should outsource once every quarter, is a good financial auditor. Somebody who can come in and who can literally look at all your numbers and your books and look for the leaks that you will never catch because you're too close to your business and you're spending from a different perspective. And so if you haven't done a financial audit, call your local chartered accountants or get in touch with me and I'll connect you with mine. But a financial audit once a quarter that is independent of your accountant and your bookkeeper is super important for you to get an objective view into where you're leaking and bleeding money. And I guarantee you that you'll increase your profits by at least 10% if you can focus on finding those real deep cuts. I hope this has been helpful. Please comment below if there's anything more I can help to answer. Get in touch if you'd like to get some help. Good luck.